It's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And speaking of Braun, Strowman, everything on the menu actually got renewed for a second season. So eating everything on the menu is actually working out for Braun Strowman.
I mean, when you got a big guy, hey, life after wrestling.
Yeah, no, legitimately, I'm like happy for him. Obviously he was having some health issues, competing. So, like you said, life after wrestling doesn't work out for a lot of people. I'm glad it's working out for him.
It is. I mean, but then again, WWE also let him, keep that name and moniker because I guess they knew the show was coming all together.
Right. And I mean it is on USA, so it is, partner it is on the same, station as WWE as well. So, and
That's
speak
good for him because they surely could have been like, "Fuck no, we're not taking this show."
I mean sure, but they've been more lenient with, people keeping their names. And I'm pretty sure that they left on good terms. You know, some people don't necessarily leave on WWE on good terms. He was one of those guys.
Yes, he was, and hey, that's all that matters. He was able to leave on good terms and flip it to a a probably solid after career because shit, Man versus Food was one that went for like dozens of seasons. So hell,
Oh yeah. I mean, that was such a long time ago, Man versus Food. At least it
I
feels that way.
know it's been at least 20 years minimum.
That's insane. That's crazy. But I'm pretty sure that you're right about that as well. Uh, Talking about WWE news, there is heavy rumor and innuendo that WWE will be running a stadium show in the UK around August, September. This coincides with AEW running All In, well, this year I should say, this year in the UK once again. I think they're doing Wembley. Um, Another WWE trying to counter program AEW with, their own show. While it's not going to be on the same, you know, on the same day, obviously they want to price out AEW so people will go to them and not AEW. Makes sense. Um, I think it's petty, but I don't put it past them that this is something that they're actually going to do or want to do. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, it's the chess. It's just the usual chess. They always. It's just honestly, it's just a mind game at this point. It's just a little jabs of, oh, I'm going to do this, so you can't do that, and we're going to do this and do that. I mean, keep in mind, this is the same time. August always seems to be the time where it's like going down, and that kind of makes sense because it's like a month before football, so it's like trying to gauge that interest before the end of summer into the fall, which is football. So
We'll see what happens there. Nothing's been announced as of right now. But if you've been checking the news, then you know that it's all but confirmed. Powerhouse Hobbs has signed with WWE. I'm assuming he's expected in NXT sooner rather than later. I mean, Hobbs, I won't say that he was out of the gate an AEW guy, but he definitely was a guy that AEW made, despite maybe dropping the ball on. I think Hobbs could have been a really big star for them if they would have, treated him correctly. Obviously, that didn't necessarily happen. But what say you, Kaliko? Powerhouse Hobbs in WWE now.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do with them in the sense of if he's going straight to the roster, is he going straight to NXT? Because I mean, he's a guy where he has a name, and yet you could see him trying to like instantly putting himself into the NXT. Like he could be a top player because of the mass exodus of what they have right now, moving up. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they plan for him, and I'll have to figure out. I'll run through some sources and see what the jig is up on him because it seems like Sean has got his eye on another and a certain individual who was sitting out here cussing out Booker T. so,
Keanu Carver, right?
oh yes,
You know, I don't get it. I mean, I'm obviously he's big, but whether what they're doing is gimmicked or non-gimmicked or shoot, it does seem slightly
oh
problematic.
no, that's him. That's him for because the source I frequent with is a he does LFG, so that's him. That is him. And one of the questions I asked was like, "Well, I don't see what they see in them," and he's like, "I'm trying to figure that out either." But Sean loves them, and I'm like, "Well, I guess it reminds him of the young Sean." I don't, I don't know. Like, dick hole Sean.
I mean,
When
I I
Sean
mean,
was a dick.
low-key, I get that, but I mean, obviously, the reason Shawn Michaels became Shawn Michaels was because he could actually go in the ring. He was actually gifted. I've never even seen this guy wrestle. So, I mean, you can only really be a dick if you can back it up. And Shawn Michaels always backed it up. You know what I mean?
Well, but he's one of them DMV cats. So them DMV Baltimore cats, and yeah, they just don't care.
Hmm. Well, uh, I think it would make sense for well, going back to Keanu Carver. I don't think he's ever going to make it with a name like Keanu. No, considering that there's only one Keanu and he's Reeves. Um, Maybe that's just my opinion on it, but yeah. Um, but going back to Hobbs, I do think that he would work out well in NXT. Especially considering, like you said, the mass exodus that happened recently. And, if Carver doesn't necessarily work out, and the consensus that it's not going to work out, I mean, Hobbs is going to be right there. He has a good attitude. He got along with CM Punk, so he has an advocate for him as well. So, it's all I would say it's more on the positive side than the negatives when it comes to Hobbs.
Yeah, I'm just it's just a matter of how they push him. Like is he gonna be third member Big E Hobbs or be his own man Hobbs?
own man Hobbs, or
You know,
on his own Hobbs.
his own Hobbs. But we'll see how he works it.
Well, talking about signees, it's not confirmed as of now, but it is heavily rumored um that New Japan Pro Wrestling's Evil will be joining WWE sooner rather than later. Um, and there has been significant interest in a one Gabe Kidd as well. Um, so I mean, let's start with Evil. I mean, it makes sense for WWE to want him. He's obviously doing arguably his best work in New Japan right now. He's I don't know if he's married or dating Io Sky. I mean, they've been together for quite some time. Um, so I mean, there's that as well. Um, I'm I'm not exactly sure what Evil would do in a WWE. I mean, he would make a good Judgment Day member, I suppose. Um, but if I'm New Japan, honestly, I'm offering Evil whatever he wants to stay because they can't really let go of somebody as significant as Evil, considering how much he's done for the company, like in the last couple of weeks, let alone the last like year or two. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, but I'm looking at Evil like, why would I even go? I mean, I see how um, Nakamura has been. I mean, you're just only reason you would go there is to say, okay, I've been there. To be quite honest,
You think?
and it just you say what?
You think?
That's it. I mean, unless they're just gonna give him the EO treatment, but even with EO went with it through NXT. So my thing is what would it? You know, I don't see the appeal for him to I guess that's just me. I don't see the appeal of him wanting to be there, other than being next to EO.
I mean, Loki, I kind of agree. And I mean, what would they really name him? Could he get away with being evil in WWE? Would he be bad or very naughty or
Uberly naughty.
spiteful? Spidey?
Spiteful. Oh Lord.
I mean, they
Yeah,
could.
that would be
I mean, they could go the exact opposite, and he could be good.
the opposite of evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Or what about Doctor Evil?
Ooh.
I saw that coming. Come on, man.
Um. Again, honestly, I think he should stay with New Japan. Um. I would think that it's just a matter of money at this point, and if New Japan has any money left, I would throw it at Evil to let him stay. Um. But let's talk about Gabe Kidd. Obviously, and it's not just WWE that wants him. AEW wants him as well. I think AEW would be a better fit for Gabe Kidd. Um, I was, I would think WWE would just want him just for AEW and New Japan not to have him. Like that toy you don't really want, but you don't want the other kid to have it, so you buy it. Um, Big, mainly because I see Gabe Kidd being very problematic in WWE. It's no secret that he has a lot of mental health issues. And, if something happens with him, not saying that it is, but, WWE life can be very stressful. You don't want that on the news. You don't want to be associated with, somebody like that, that you brought into your company, considering WWE has gotten, maybe better press than it has in a very long time. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, but I think he's just gonna it screams NXT with me though.
I mean, they have to come up to the roster at some point, no?
Yeah, but I think they would have him down there to learn the ropes first to get rid of all the issues that you think are prevalent now.
But I mean, but could you see Gabe Kidd on the main roster?
I mean, if he's there, he's gonna have to get to the main roster.
But can you see a Gabe Kidd on a main roster? You personally?
I mean, he'll eventually be the new Champa.
So you're sticking him with Johnny Gargano?
No, no, no. Like his role.
Okay. Um,
The role that I see.
I feel like that's a stretch if I'm being honest.
Wow.
I mean, I like Gabe. I think he's a good wrestler, but I wouldn't put him in the caliber of Ciampa. At least not now. Not yet.
No, I said he could be. I didn't say he was.
Okay.
Like as far as like the role he would fulfill.
Well, I mean, it's all rumor and innuendo as of right now. Um, who knows? Gabe Kidd seems like a loyal guy, so he might just stay with New Japan. Um, you know, if his contract is actually coming up. Um, but speaking of Tommaso Ciampa, um, contract ran out. He did not renew. Um, Ciampa is leaving WWE. I kind of question why. I mean, he's been there for so long. He had an incredible run, an incredible career. Um, I would imagine he would have liked to collect that, comfy WWE check. But alas, he decided to make a different move. Um, if he feels comfortable doing that, I mean, good for him. I don't know what the future holds for him. Um, but what say you, Kaliko? What are your thoughts? Ciampa leaving
I
WWE?
mean, it kind of shocked me. I mean, to be quite honest. And I think, I him being there, I think he was just there was a ceiling there. And he's gonna have to break the ceiling. And in order for him to break the ceiling, it's almost kind of like going the Cody Rhodes route.
Hmm.
Go out, be undeniable, then they have to bring you back as main event talent. Because it seemed like he got even when he got to the main roster, he got pigeonholed.
Um, I would
And when
say
I say pigeonholed, I mean in the sense that he was the guy in NXT. So
I would say that he didn't necessarily get a chance to spread his wings as a singles wrestler. It was a weird time for WWE when he came around, and he was starting to cut promos, and I don't want to say the people were getting behind him, but I mean, it's definitely a way to get the people, to relate to the people. And just when it seemed like he was starting to maybe get his legs underneath him, Johnny Gargano came back and they stuck them together. So I mean, we never really got to explore Tommaso Ciampa as a singles wrestler in WWE all that much, unfortunately. Well, on main roster of WWE.
Yes, main roster, Champa, singles competitor. Which I mean, but that's got to be frustrating because you know you got it.
Right. I mean, I could have honestly, if they would have separated Ciampa and Johnny, I could see Ciampa on like a Monday Night Raw. You know, maybe going up against the CM Punk. I don't feel like that's too out of the realm of possibilities. What say you?
I mean, it's not out of the realm. It was just a matter of he doesn't feel. I don't think he would be out on man out in that. But once again, they got to put him in that position to be there.
Do you feel like they didn't really see him as a singles wrestler?
I think they saw him as that, but then there's only so many people at the top, and then you got to think people are shuffling in and coming back out, and it's easy to get lost in that sauce. Very easy to get lost in that sauce. Our truth is lost in that sauce. Santos Escobar is lost in that sauce.
He actually just made his return to AAA.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying, but in the as far as like the WWE main roster, oh yes, you are getting lost in that sauce.
Well, two other names lost in the sauce right now is Rusev and the Street Profits. We haven't seen them on WWE TV for quite some time. Um, and it's because they don't have anything creative to do with them right now. So they said that it would maybe be better to keep them off TV as a whole and then bring them back to do something, more significant. What that significance may be, or if that significance will ever come, cease to remain. Um, I mean, I kind of get Street Profits. You don't want to burn them out because they are one of the more popular tag teams on the roster. And obviously, if they're not going for the titles, then it doesn't really make sense for them. But I mean, I could also make the argument they need to be drafted to Raw anyway. They have maybe overstayed their welcome on SmackDown. But I feel like Rusev was like doomed for the start. Um, he just doesn't have it, honestly. He started out with a decent, semi decent gimmick, but it just kind of fades and it dies as things go along. I mean, there's only so much you could do wrestling Sheamus. Like, it's not. He didn't make the impact, and the impact that he had didn't really do anything for the crowd.
I mean, but sometimes they don't. Not everybody is meant to get like uber overreaction, right?
I mean, get some type of reaction.
I mean, he was getting what he needed to get.
Was he though?
His reaction, I think so. He wasn't there for booze and applause. He was there to kind of fuck people up and leave, kind of thing. Now, him adding the whole redemption arc on it didn't help. I mean, if I mean, I'll put it this way: if they had that going to a goal, like a championship, yes, that would make sense. If that was like him trying to redeem himself to get back to the United States Championship, I think that would have been an all-in like story to where people would, I don't, they would boo him to death. Like think of him beating Mello right now. If you don't think Heat would be on that boy right now, it'd be crazy. But then again, you also can't. The crowd is already going to be overhyped, energized, booing Gunther for fucking 40 minutes straight. See what I'm saying? Like, they already got a guy who's taking literally every arrow that's coming his way.
Well, then, if I'm being honest, then why do you need him at all? You know what I mean? If he's not serving a purpose, then why did you bring him back?
I think he's serving the purpose as just a menace mercenary heel. I don't think he's meant to be. I mean, are we expecting him to be the world champion anytime soon?
I would say no, but that doesn't mean that, you know, I mean, you don't bring back people unless you want to do something with them. So, and, you would have to think, okay, well, I see this guy doing something, and he
Maybe they
hasn't done
see
anything.
him. Well, my thing is, what if they just see him doing exactly what they want him to do right now?
Well, I mean, on the opposite end of that spectrum, do you think that he came back not to become a heavyweight champion? I would assume that he would want that as well.
Yeah, I think he would want that. It's a matter of there can only be so many people in the top at the same time. Because keep in mind, we're not even talking about how they're trying to get younger this year.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're trying to shift this to the youth, you homie.
I mean, obviously, Javon Evans is in his early 20s, and I don't think Melo's that old.
That was not that old, but that's the whole point. It's a lot of churn going around right now, and it's not like it's like the WWE. They're doing house shows. It's not like they're doing house shows unless they're overseas. So it's not like he's getting what exposure is going to help Rusev anyway,
I mean,
other than being the guy who's just like the menacing heel.
we'll see what happens there. Um, in in AEW news, Baron Corbin made a surprise um I don't want to say return, a surprise appearance where he worked a match. It's not him, nothing has been confirmed of him being signed. Um, but I mean, if he does sign, I mean, does that really do anything for AEW bringing in Baron Corbin?
I mean, it's just from what I've been seeing, it's just they asked him. The Guns asked him if he wanted to do it. He just said, "Yeah, why not? If he's okay with it, I'm okay with it." I think it just was something to get reps in. And I think that just shows like how willing he is to to just be part of the process, right?
I suppose. I mean,
It just
considering
reminds
that
me,
I
like
didn't.
Adam Pierce. It just reminds me of that story Adam Pierce had said on Twitter. It was like people. There's only two people that he knew that were there every day trying to learn the process day in and day out, and it was Chad Gable and Baron Corbin.
Hmm, I mean, I gotta hand it to Baron. I mean, I did not expect him to continue wrestling after he got fired from WWE. And he's on the independents. He's in LMW as we speak.
MLW, yes.
Working, not NXT, AEW. So I mean, he's definitely getting his reps in there for sure.
Oh yeah. So that's why I'm like, he's. I mean, it's not like you can tell he's just doing it for the love of it, which is good.
I mean, where was that love when he was in WWE? He
Who said
literally
he
looked like he
wasn't
could
doing it?
not give a fuck being there.
Oh no. I think that I don't think it. I don't think that was the case. I think he loved being there. It's just that they ran their course with him. Because I bet you if they gave him a a shot back at it, he would be right on back.
I mean, likely, yeah. But maybe I'm in a small consensus here, but bum ass Corbin was the best Corbin, if I'm being completely honest.
Dumbass Corbin.
Bum ass. When he was homeless?
Oh, when he was bummy. Yeah, bummy Corbin was good Corbin. I think first when he first got in, when he first jumped on the scene in NXT, and bummy Corbin was better best Corbin.
If if they would have stuck to bum bum ass Corbin with him trying to win matches to get money to eat, at some point I feel like the crowd would have turned him face and they could have actually gotten him over as a face. And at some point, obviously get him out of the being a bum. And people actually wanting to see him succeed. But obviously they did not go that route. They did Lucky Corbin, which I feel was the worst version of Baron Corbin, if I'm being completely honest. Um,
Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin, yes, definitely the worst Baron Corbin. And yeah, it was kind of dead in the water after that.
No, because he did the tag with Breaker, which was cool. Was it like the Wolf Pack or some shit?
Eh, maybe, maybe not.
Wasn't that bad.
I mean, when you're going back down to NXT, it's kind of when you've been on the main roster, when you've retired Kurt Angle, and then you're going back to NXT. That's not a good look for you. That's not a good sign for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he retired Kurt Angle. He got that on his resume.
Well, continuing with AEW, the Rascalz signed with AEW. Um, the crowd goes mild, in my opinion. I don't really think that they have anything to offer AEW. And like a week into them being on AEW TV, Trey Miguel already got fired and released. Um, they're keeping it hush hush about what went into him getting released. Um, some people are reporting that it was something that he said, many years ago, maybe online. I don't quite know. I don't even know what he said. Um, but maybe it was a past controversy. Maybe there was controversy now because he no showed one event already. Um, We don't know. So I mean, it's already looking bad for the Rascals. 1 week into their debut in AEW.
It's looking bad for the Rascal, not the Rascals. Because they like, we good.
Well, however you pronounce it, it's not good. It's still not good.
Yeah, it's weird, but I don't. But the thing is, he's back at TNA though.
He went back to TNA already.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess it works for him. So to each their own.
Yeah, each their own. Hey, but didn't he? I mean, he did okay at TNA.
I mean, it honestly, it's the best place for him. Maybe he'll get a shot at NXT. Maybe just a match on NXT. But yeah, that's be happy on NXT on TNA.
Who knows? Maybe he see Leon Slater and going, "I want that."
Hmm. I think he might be a bit old. Too old for that at this point. But who knows?
I mean, what being on SmackDown and as the TNA champion while TNA debuting somewhere else? Why?
I mean, it was a visa issue, so everything just kind of worked out perfectly for him.
He's
Um,
like, "Fuck it, we here."
Speaking of TNA, they signed the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. I think that was a great thing on their part. Already in a rivalry with the Hardy Boys. So I mean, I was always a proponent for Vincent. I always thought he had a good look. I thought the Righteous has this creepy aura that you could do a lot with. That AEW did nothing with. So, yeah, I think that was a good call on TNA side, no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, at this point, they're practically trying to get as much talent as they can, considering that they got the TV deal. So, right, you got the bread, give more talent. I mean, honestly, that's good for wrestling business at all as a whole too.
They also signed Daria Ray. Now Sonya, originally Sonya Deville. She's playing um, not commentator, the authority figure in TNA. Can I get my words tonight? um,
Get your acronyms together, sir.
yes, my acronyms are all mixed up. Um, she's playing a foil to Santino Marella. Um, honestly, the crazy part is I was just thinking about her, and I was thinking, like what went wrong with her, and my immediate thought was, she did her best work when she was the manager and was playing a foil to Naomi, if you remember that. Um, that was literally the best version of her. And I said if they would have stuck with her being that, she could have maybe done better. But it is what it is. And then literally like a week later, she's on TNA as an authority figure. So obviously, um, TNA reading my mind, agreeing with me, and putting her in the best position to succeed, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's a good antagonist.
Right. And the the best the best thing about her is she doesn't need to wrestle all that often. It's only for payoff. She's only a payoff match type competitor. And it is primarily just to see her get beat up. Not actually have a competitive match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But she's also a person who can go in the ring, so I mean, it's not like you know. So it would be worth the while.
Oh yeah. TNA also signed. They also signed Titties, accompanied by Cora Jade, also known as Elena Black.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, definitely a good. Um, well, I would say a good pick for TNA to pick. The T, putting the T in A, Elena
Putting
Black.
the T in TNA.
Yeah, it's poetic, no?
Of course. But I'm glad she's in a space to where she could actually wanna
I don't know that it's the.
wrestle. Because keep in mind, she was always didn't want to wrestle. So.
I don't know. I mean, she's there now, but you know, I can always go back to Leo Rush. Like, one week he'll be wrestling, then another week he's retiring, another week he'll be wrestling somewhere else. I don't want to, say anything negative about her, but she doesn't necessarily seem that motivated, and you know, she might be here one week, she might not be here the next. So she's not somebody I would feel they should put all of their eggs in one basket with. You know what I mean?
I mean, they go put her, but give her a week. Let's see how it works next week. She just got there, man.
I mean, they gave Trey Miguel a week and he got fired.
That is true, but the odds of Cora Jade pulling that.
She could do it in 2 weeks, being an underachiever that she is.
Lord.
Well, we shall
Oh,
see what happens with Cora. It seems like she's already going for the NXT TNA Women's Championship. Um, because she puts the T in those A's. She is the
and
T
why
in
would?
TNA. Um, so yeah,
I mean, I'm
obviously
here for it.
contractually obligated title one. Alright, that will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.